Okay, folks, welcome to the 1966 Ford Mustang convertible. As I said, 1966 Ford Mustang convertible, the original pony car, named Pony for the Mustang, as you can see right there. And there is a lever. Can you see that? One, two, three, four, 4.5. That's a wrap. That is a wrap. Okay, folks, welcome to the 1966 Ford Mustang convertible. It's got a 200 cubic inch, 3.3 liter inline six and an automatic transmission. It's a classic cruiser known for simplicity and ease of driving. Again, this is the 6-cylinder, not the V8. Key specs, we've got ourselves, like I said, 200 cubic inch inline six, 120 horsepower, 190 foot-pounds of torque, a 3-speed automatic transmission, and rear wheel drive. It's carbureted with a single barrel carburetor, top speed somewhere between 95 and 100 miles an hour. I think that would be pretty generous to get that fast 0 to 60 in something like 14 to 16 seconds. We'll test that today. I'm not sure we'll even be able to get there. It does come with a power operated convertible top that was an option for 66. So it either came with a manual or the top or the power operated top. Front bucket seats, floor mounted shifter were also options. Power steering, power brakes, air conditioning, and AM radio also options. 6-cylinder convertible is generally considered less valuable than the V8 model, but it is appreciated obviously for its lower purchase price, smoother cruising character, and lower maintenance costs. And honestly, you're not going to be driving even the V8 very fast. You're just going to be enjoying it and cruising. And boy, I'll tell you, this thing is a cruiser. Let's take you on a little look around the vehicle here. As I said, 1966 Ford Mustang convertible, the original pony car, named Pony for the Mustang, as you can see right there. It's got the classic look. It is, of course, just a small, affordable convertible. I think these started at something like $4,000 in the day. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous car. Oh my God, in that sky blue, if you will. And I think looks fantastic in the convertible version. Of course, there were coupes and then ultimately fastbacks on this. So as you can see here, it has that narrow front end of the original Mustang. I misspoke in the early part of the video. It's got the narrow track of the early Mustangs, which were available in both a small block V8 and an inline six. The big blocks, the bigger cubic inch motors weren't available because there wasn't enough space in the engine compartment. And so those weren't available until 67 when the track of the Mustang got larger. Ultimately, the Mustang became a muscle car by the end of the 70s. But in 64, 65, and 66, it was a great little car. I think some folks referred to it as a secretary's car. I don't agree with that. I think it's a car for anyone who loves beautiful style and just cruisability. Now, it's got some wonderful touches. It has the classic Mustang 3 lights to the left, 3 lights to the right in vertical fashion. You've actually got your gas cap here right in the center. Not sure if folks knew about that. Not too much chrome, but enough chrome to sort of be, you know, to be appreciated. A bit on the front and rear bumpers, the A-pillar, of course, above the windshield here, and then on the door panels, which are nice and solid. You've got plenty of room here, as you can see. You got room for 5, no problem. You got the 2 bucket seats up front, automatic transmission. Just absolutely incredible. This car, it looks like it's got hubcaps with a spinner-style, knockoff style hubcap there. Let's see if we can open up the trunk of the car. We'll start with the trunk first. So you've got 2 keys here. You have an ignition key and a trunk key, which are separate. And honestly, quite a sizable trunk. As you can see, this thing, it's an award winner, apparently. So, Judge Show Street Driven Convertible, Mustangs Northwest, third place trophy. You've got a few others here. What do we have? Yeah, and then, oh man, look at this. You've got Mustang Monthly, Shelby American Museum. Pretty cool. So the owner of this car was an enthusiast. Look at this Mustang bag. What do we got inside the bag, I wonder? We've got some... Oh, here we go. We've got a jack for the spare. It matching the spare tire cover, which does take up a decent amount of space here in the trunk of the car. So here you can see this really was like a show car to the owner, as a car duster included. Now let's see if we can't open up the front trunk here. Excuse me, the front hood here. I say front trunk because that's what I've got. Now, how do you open the front hood on a Mustang? All right, I figured it out. On your 66 Mustang, you're going to reach in under here, and there is a lever. Can you see that? I wonder if you can see it. I don't know. But basically, you just keep reaching back until you find a lever, and then you pull, and then you're able to lift it up. Let's see if maybe there's a better view. Yeah, here, you can see where my hand is. That's the hood release lever. So as you can see, straight 6 out of this Ford Sprint 200. Lots of room in the engine compartment for a small block V8. Pretty simple. I mean, you can basically see everything on the car and you can just work on it yourself. This would be a very easy car to own, I think. And honestly, it's gorgeous. Ford right on the front. Is that the only spot that you see Ford? So you see the Mustang logo. You don't see the blue oval. Mustang on the side. Let's see. Does it say Ford? Yes. And so you have Ford script front and back with Mustang, but you do not have a blue oval. There's got to be a place with a blue oval on here someplace. Somewhere. I mean, on the parts, surely, but no. Well, we'll have to check that out later. All right, let's look at the interior, shall we? So first you get in, and boy, is this thing comfortable. It's got bucket seats. Here's your door handle, and you've got a little armrest here. You've got roll-up windows, as you can see. You've got a quarter window here, which does open. And then you've got your gauges. You've got fuel on the left, oil in the middle left, speedometer in the middle with the odometer, amperage from the battery, and then temperature control. There is no tachometer. Moving over to the left, this is your I wonder if you can see it. This here is your switch for your top. We'll try to do that in a second. Here is your wiper switch. So you pull out, and then it twists one for... when you pull out, it automatically sets it to low speed. Then you can twist it over to the left for high speed. Pretty cool. And then lights, you've got interior lights and and lights over there. Your high beams, I'm guessing, are there on the floor by my left foot. You've got your ignition here, accessory to the left, off, on, and start. And then you've got your cigarette lighter, which looks like it probably had been used a few times. Here you've got some temperature control. So it looks like you've got heating. So this would be your fan. And then you can turn the heat on and off, the temp itself. And then if it's on or off at all, I wonder what this top was for. And then you've got your AM radio here. We've got ourselves a glove box, decently sized glove box, I'd say. You've got the nice upright windshield. You've got this double sort of cockpit look to the dash. Pretty simple. Down here, you've got your transmission tunnel, and you've got your Cruise-O-Matic Ford automatic transmission. Let's hop in the back, see if I fit. Oh, and you've got your parking brake there. Interesting. So the seats, I don't know if you see that, they don't fold standard. They sort of fold up and to the left, so they're hinged differently on the right and the left-hand side, giving you a little bit more room here in the car. Excuse me as I move a bunch of my camera equipment. And yeah, I mean, wouldn't be the most comfortable ride for a long journey, but just cruising around, you could absolutely fit back here. Car for young people, of course. And then, yes, you do have your quarter window, which does crank up and down. Cool. Now, let's see about taking off this tonneau cover here. So these button snaps all around the car. So down here is your convertible top. That's a wrap. But these are button snaps that connect to your power operated soft top. And you can see they just pop right in, which is pretty nice. All right, folks, there's a little look around the Mustang. Let's get back on the road. Okay, and we are back. Let's go. We are driving the 1966 Ford Mustang today, folks. And I'll tell you what, she is a beauty. It's got the straight six, which according to the internet is not as desirable. But I'll tell you what, I am having just an absolute joy driving this car. With a straight six, 120 horsepower, it cruises so smoothly. It's like a dream. Let's start her up. Fires up every time. You gotta love that Ford reliability from the 1960s. Man, I feel like I'm transported right back to 1966. We're going to the moon, people. We are going to the moon. Now, right now, we're driving back to the shop. Just had a lovely little film here of the Mustang here on the West Seattle boat ramp. And I'm getting a lot of, hey, Mustang, love the Mustang, thumbs up. It's driving a lot of really positive attention here in Seattle today. So, let's see, how we doing? We're good, don't get hit by the ram. It's, you know, it picks up decently. At 120 horsepower, it has more kind of get up and go. It's, you know, I would call it quick, if you will. We're going to see how well she does in a 0 to 60, but it really doesn't take much gas, throttle input to get the car going. Now this car here, this is like my brother's favorite car, the Mustang. And honestly, he should really have a vintage Mustang. I'll tell you what, it puts a smile on my face. Now, going back to the look of this car, like I said, it's got the narrow front end of the first generation Mustangs, the 64.5, 65, and 66. Again, because the V8 that they were able to put in this car was the smaller V8. It was 200 and some, it's like 280 cubic inches, maybe 285 cubic inches versus you know, the larger V8s that they would have put in later on. And so for 64, 65, 66, the front end is narrow and I think has that classic Mustang look to it that I like. By 67, with the exception of the GT500, which I think looks incredible, the Shelby GT500, with the exception of that, I don't like the look as much. I prefer the narrower front end of the older models. And of course, you know, that GT500, that was some serious power. We'll see how it does, like, dynamics-wise. I can't imagine it's going to be too communicative with this very light power steering, but we'll see. All right, here we go. A lot of turning input to get it to turn. The lock-to-lock on this, you really have to turn the wheel quite a lot. Now, is it Goldfinger where the woman's driving a convertible Mustang? In, where was that? Alps? Where is the beginning of Goldfinger? The Alps, I guess? I mean, I guess they would have sold this in Europe. You know, Ford was doing quite well in Europe. These, of course, being around the days of when Ford went to Le Mans. Say this is a 3-speed. I have not felt second gear yet. This is going to be a very, very slow 0 to 60. But ultimately, that's not really the point of this car. As I say about a lot of cars, you know, there are cars that are for driving fast. This one's for cruising, man. Woo, it doesn't cruise. I mean, it gets up and goes. All right, here. lot of body roll. I mean, I took that at a pretty good clip. It's very fun. It's very fun. Yeah, look at this. Look at all the steering input. I love it. The brakes are fantastic. I'm guessing these are four-wheel drum brakes, but boy, are they good. They work. This car can't weigh very much. I should look up how much it weighs. Should have put that in the introduction to the video. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do a 0 to 60 run on this bad boy. Off to a blazing fast start. 60 kilometers an hour in 7.6 seconds. There, I got second gear. I found second. 18.53 seconds. So, not too far off the quoted, 14 to 16 seconds, 0 to 60 time. 18.53 seconds. I'm not going to do another one. Let's see what kind of dynamics we're going to get on this turnaround. We're going. We got some squealing. A lot of body roll. Not much oversteer or understeer of any notice. Just all I felt was body roll. My Uncle Matt had one of these. I think he had a 65, if I recall correctly, and he got it in the day, so he owned it in the 60s. This after he got out of the service. Getting a lot of positive vibes out of this here Mustang, I'll have to say. Oh my God, we're doing the bumpy road test, and it was so uneventful, I didn't even think about it. There were basically no bumps, and that's bumpy. Drives great, the motor runs great. What a car. I'll tell you what, if you want a cruiser, a day-night cruiser, this is the car, man. You're gonna look cool in it. You're gonna feel good in it. I love it. I love it. You know I really like it when I don't stop at the shop and I start doing a couple of laps here. You just cruise with your sweetheart. Got your arm around your sweetheart. You're just having a nice cruise. Nice cruise. And we're back. All right. I am going to try to film a quick operation of the top. But if I don't see you, thanks for watching. It's been another great video. Honestly, you've been a great audience. Keep it up. Look how many look what it's taken lock to lock on this thing. Okay, wait a second. All right, so full lock to lock. Okay, I'm all the way turned to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5.